and I will continue with another fact of creation, but this time this creation sign is in our body. It is our heart. We know that heart is the most efficient machine in the world, and it starts to work on the left side of the of a 22-day-old fetus. It is really miraculous that on the 22nd day of pregnancy in the mother's womb there's something happens and a small group of cells start to move as heartbeat. And most importantly, this heartbeat doesn't stop moving for a lifespan. Let's talk about the numbers. That these numbers are very impressive about heart beating. Our heart beats 70 times per day, per minute, and actually some 35 million times per a year, and some 2 trillion times during an average lifespan. And it pumps a total of some 227 million liters of blood throughout its owner's life. It is really very miraculous numbers, and also the heart's strength is very magnificent. The heart can squirt blood to a distance of up to 3 meters. It is approximately equal to 10 feet, and also in 1 hour our heart can expend enough energy to raise a medium-sized car 3 feet off the ground. And the heart makes it possible for the blood to make approximately 1,000 times around the body in a day. And what does it mean? Let's think about this. It means that the blood visits 100 trillion cells in the body 1,000 times in a day. And it is not a touristic visit, of course. There is an aim here. This visit is not aimless, because while this journey, the blood carries nutrients and also delivers oxygen and takes back carbon dioxide, also repairs some damage and collects wastes. And we are talking about only an organ which is in the size of a fist, and also it is like a pump made of muscle, and it is the most powerful and longest lived and also the most productive machine in the world right now. And to see the perfection of these features of the heart, let's imagine that we have to set up a water system, and that system must pump up water to at least on an average of 65 to 70 times in a minute, and also it has to reach around 100 trillion homes with the same pressure at the same time. And at the same time, let's say that this system determines how much water each house needs, and also send the necessary amount to each one of the houses. And it is not enough. Also, this system has to function for at least 70 years in an average, and it never develops any failure, also never rusts and never disregard a simple pipeline. So how could such a system be brought into being? Because it is impossible to meet the needs of 100 trillion houses under the same pressure at the same time. And there is a machine that works at such high speed, and to such an unchanging rhythm cannot really last any longer than 10 to 15 years. And even before then, it will have to undergo maintenance many times to repair the problems. So it is impossible for such a machine to function for long years without any mistakes. It is obvious. But it is also totally illogical to claim that there is an ordinary piece of equipment, and they say that it can determine needs in houses, evaluate the situation, and also send the right amount of water where this water is required. Naturally, you cannot claim that such a mechanism and its pipelines came into being by themselves over the course of thousands of years by the coming together of an iron and cement, and also then suddenly began to rhythmically pumping water that will reach to 100 trillion houses. Also, it is obvious that not one person would believe this. This system was brought into being with a intelligent being. And however, evolutionists managed to claim that this kind of a magnificent pump, our heart, which began its work while we were in our mother's womb, began functioning in an uncontrolled manner, and also, as they say, that as the result of chances. And it is obvious that they ignore the clear existence of almighty force to which this matchless work belongs. And it is every feature of this miraculous organ introduces us the superior power of our Almighty Allah, Elhamdülillah. And also I want to read some verses about this. I seek refuge with Allah from accursed Satan. Does man reckon he will be left to go on unchecked? Was he not a drop of ejaculated sperm, then a blood clot, which he created and shaped, making from it both sexes, male and female? Is he who does this not able to bring the dead to life? Surat Al-Qiyamah, verses 36 to 40.
As Gulen said, the heart is a great miracle, and it works like an engine, but we know that there is not such an engine in the universe that works so long without any problem, because you said that it begins to work in mother's womb, and it continues since the end of the human's life. So it may work 50 or 60 or 90 and even 100 years without stopping and without having any trouble. So it is really a great miracle, and there is no such an engine that don't use energy, because it needs a very special energy to work, but the heart is working without such kind of energy, and it's working for so long time.
Mashallah,
Yes,
it gives its energy by itself.
Yes.
Because
Yes.
the pumping first of the arteries that feed the heart also get out from the heart. It is a very special mechanism. It's a very special engine, mashallah.
MashaAllah. The engineers didn't find such engine till now.
And it is like,
Yes.
we need protein to to produce any other protein.
Yes.
It's like we need heart to have energy, but also we need energy to have
the
heart
heart.
to work. And it is obvious that it is the creation of Allah.
Mashallah. And also for the open heart surgeries, they for the heart surgery, they have to make the work of the heart with another engine that has been produced by the people, by the human, but it is like very tall, like the house tall, the room tall, and it is very big, and it can only work for several hours.
Yes.
And also it makes a fatigue for the human body. It cannot do exactly the same things that the heart do, but just temporary. They can make it work similarly to the heart, but our heart is just this big, you know,
Yes.
just with the
Fist.
just the fist of the human.
Yes.
But they produce a very huge machine for this heart. Instead of heart, they try to make it work, but just temporary, and for several hours it can do its job.
Yes.